part of reconciliation is building bridges and going to where people are who have the knowledge. It would seem very hypocritical for us to say, we would like you to share your knowledge, just come to us. So we thought, no, we want to go to Kahnawake. What's so wonderful to see with the students is that when they get here, they realize, one, it's so close, but on the other hand, they do feel like they're far away from the city. They feel that the land is different. They know this is Mohawk territory. We wanted to be on the land. We wanted the students to be camping. That also leads to discussions around the land and facilitates bonding through bad weather and good weather.
Ben, how tall are you again?
We keep it very small, 24, 26 students max, because that's the way that you get to know each other.
This they call it in the book, the colt's foot. When you make a tincture, a syrup, or a vinegar, it'll pull all the medicinal properties out of it.
It's an interdisciplinary course that teaches students and faculty who participate about Haudenosaunee, particularly Mohawk, traditions, customs.
This is really good for the urinary tract, like your kidneys, your bladder.
We tend to disregard like the natural medicine because we don't know how it works. We're taught to follow the scientific method, but then we forget that this was here before. Like this was always been working, and I think that in an ideal world we can incorporate the two together.
Western culture is generally about telling people, filling heads. With the Native people, it's not like that. We're in our classroom right now. We have elders who know the plants. They know everything intimately. So it's a different way of teaching.
My presentation calls for us to go back in time a bit to explore that moment of clarity where people came together, created something new that would allow people to communicate.
We have an incredible presentation by Darren Bonaparte, who walks us through the Haudenosaunee Confederacy through wampum. It's an amazing way to ground the course and to set the stage.
So there's a big, huge epic belt. It's the biggest known belt in the world.
These are complex historical documents. They're like USB drives before USB drives. They can hold so much information.
It's how we taught history, recorded history. These were our archives. It's a phenomenon that went across cultural lines.
There's this whole idea in Canada, maybe a Eurocentric view of how things should be or how things are meant to be conducted. And I think we kind of believe that these are the way things always have been and it's the only way things can be. And I love that wampum just completely flips that narrative.
Ceremony and this message I bring is one message, one advice: seek spirit.
A sweat lodge is basically a small structure that Native people have used right across Turtle Island for probably thousands of years.
In April 10th, 1883 was published the Code of Indian Offenses. This was a crime for Indians to practice this. Societies, ceremonial associations, the very fabric of society was dismantled and disallowed. The way to express appreciation, greetings, Thanksgiving, acknowledgement is through ceremony. These rituals provide that channel of contact, communication, connection.
It brings you to a level of understanding in your own personal soul, in your space, in your mind. Being in a circle with everybody, it really causes you to think and pause, about yourself, about your life, where you're going, what you're doing. I don't know of anything else that can do that.
Hey, how are you? Great to see you too. I was 19, I think, when I did the field course 10 years ago.
Oh, it just really brings it full circle to see you back here.
Congratulations, it's amazing. And now I realize that that was the beginning of a lot of learning for me, really started here. So it's pretty amazing to be back.
See you there, girl.
Good to see you too. How are you?
Not too bad. Sure.
I feel a really strong connection with Nicole and with Mike and with this field course because of how much I learned as a young student when I was here 10 years ago. The big thing for me is just learning from people who are so passionate and so dedicated and so caring and really forming a relationship with a teacher that is so different than the relationship that you can form in a classroom. What faculty are you on? Cool.
Sometimes they come in groups, sometimes they come on their own. They just want to reconnect with what they have shared here.
Now I'm in law school, so really interested in how we can combine law and social work. I think it was that learning environment that has really inspired me to study in some different areas and study law.
We've now had over 200 students, and it's become a community.
I have a little sample of what we're going to be making tonight. I threaded your needles. Start you off.
We were taught how to do like the petals of the flower on the bookmark using different color beads and the techniques for doing it, and then doing the borders. We got into this really like focused state of mind. Like you just get really focused. It's almost like a therapeutic kind of feeling, like you're entirely focused on this one activity.
So far it's going okay, but just as I said that, I accidentally put the bead on backwards.
By doing and integrating ourselves and learning these different practices and techniques is also a way to learn the culture and to also learn a bit more about the resilience and the revival of a lot of these traditional practices.
We were looking for more representation from women. And so we had approached 2 veterans who were women. Now they're engaged too, and they look forward to the opportunity to share their experiences with students.
I left October 25th to go to Fort Dix, New Jersey to go to basic training. It was the toughest thing I've ever done.
I think part of Mohawk values is families first, your children, and for a Mohawk woman, I think your children come first.
It's important to work hard against stereotypes as people being monolithic, as if there is just one indigenous people group. So it really helps students to break up this belief that Native peoples are all the same. It's another key piece of what we're doing.
People just like pretend like it's not. Yeah, I know. It makes me really like, I'll always like. Yeah, I noticed this. Is he an engineer or something? What is...
My family's from Wata territory and Six Nations, and part of the reason I took this course was I hope to work in like health and Indigenous well-being in the future. I'm hoping to continue my studies, maybe at Six Nations.
I learned a lot from the past week here. Hopefully from this course I could spread what I gained and learn to my fellow peers, my classmates.
It's incredible that this is our 10th year. When we first started out, nobody thought it would go beyond a pilot course. And it's now a permanent course. And, you know, we continue.
Nothing we can do about the past, but we can build upon the future.
We have to get a message out there. And the most important way for me to try to do it is through this course.
If we're able to share some of what we know about our people, you know, it would be like not only a privilege, but an honor.
It gives me and the whole community, which I'm part of, the opportunity to try to get some of the records straight, you know, with Canada. That's what I want. That's what I want to support. And that's why I believe in it after all these years.